Hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on this little Mr. Heater, Big Buddy. I've had this thing for a good while, and I thought it was appropriate with winter approaching and hitting us hard to do a video on this heater, talk about it, and as a alternative way to heat our house, maybe. This heater is rated for indoors and outdoors. All right, and this thing goes up to 18,000 BTUs. This is the Big Buddy by Mr. Heater. They have great products. This particular heater here, the Big Buddy, it uses 2 of these 1-pound bottles. And in the next video, I'm going to show you a no BS way of filling these tanks up. All right, just real easy and simple and quick. All right, so in this video I'm showing you the temperature that I turned the heat off in the shop here. This is an insulated building, by the way. It's a 400 square foot shop. This box for the Mr. Heater, this is what it looks like on low setting, medium setting, high setting, and it heats up, it says, to 400 square feet. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now that, the spoiler alert, it does better than that. A good bit better than that, in my opinion. Well, way better than that. It really does, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So anyway, this is safe to use indoors. You can't just use any propane heater for indoors and outdoors. This is rated for indoors and outdoors. So now, Mr. Heater, we know these. You know, if a lot of you guys might have some of these toppers for our 20-pound tanks. This one is made by Mr. Heater, and now those are rated just for outdoors. You can't use these inside by no means. All right, so there you go. That's what that is. So I like these products. They're great. So this particular heater uses 2 of these bottles, 1 on each side. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you some of the options that you can get on this. Your bottles just look like this. You screw them in. There's one on the other side as well. It is, I turned the heat off in the shop. It's 62.4 right now. And I'm going to crank this thing up to high. Let it sit here for 15 minutes and bring you back. And we'll just see what the temperature is. Now, I've used this before, so I already know that this thing will heat. You will have to turn it down on low. In this shop, you'll have to turn it down on low, or it'll run you out of here. I'm just going to show you that. So one of the options with this heater, this particular one, it actually has a fan that's built in. I'm not sure if they've discontinued that or not, but I will say I'm not a fan of their fan that's built in. But if so, you know, you have in this particular model, you can put batteries in the back of it, and I mean they'll run out quick, you know. But they do have an option that you can buy, and I'll put a link in the description for one of these 6-volt AC connectors. You just plug it into the back and plug it into the wall, and you have a fan up here that circulates some air. Now listen to it. It's pretty loud. It's kind of loud. I mean, it's not, you know, like a jet engine loud or anything, but it don't do, you know, I'm feeling some air blowing out of this, you know, up to here, you know, maybe. It just don't blow much and don't circulate much. But if that's all you got, it's better than nothing. But in my opinion, this is the only way for me that I'd want to use it, is plugged in. So if you have no power, you know, it's not a great idea to try to plug this in somewhere. So, but if your heater goes out at your house and if your heat goes out and you want to use this as a backup, then maybe this is a great way to do it. I'll put a link in the description for this option. And the other option they have is there is an actual quick connect that's built into this side when you take the tank out, and you can hook up a 20-pound bottle to this tank. But that's a lot to do too. Then you got a 20-pound tank that you can't leave in your house. All right, but that's an option as well, and Mr. Heater sells those. I'll put a link in the description for some of you that might want to use that option for how you choose to use this heater. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to refill these tanks right here, and by refilling them, it's probably 1,000% almost cheaper to do it that way. And I'm going to show you a safe way to do it and an easy way. It's a no BS way to fill these tanks up. All right. Some things that you might not have seen before on why these things don't fill up all the way. I'm going to show you that. All right. So now let's go ahead and crank this thing up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this across the other side of the room about this height, and let's start this heater up and just see what it'll do, and we'll come back and talk about it. So what you do to light these is you push this in, and it heats up your little probe down there, and hold it in for a second and turn it to pilot. Alright, it didn't light. We'll try that again. Hold it down, turn it to pilot. There we go. Oh, I see, you're supposed to hold it down for a second. These videos, I'll tell you. Hold it down, hit it to pilot, and remain holding it down for just a few seconds, and then you can let it go like that. Alright. So then once you let it sit there for a few seconds, then you can go ahead and go to low with it. And this side right here will light up on low and medium. And when you go to high, both of these will light up. Alright, so we'll just go to medium with it, and we'll just go to high with it right now, and let's see if they'll both get glowing really good. And this thing puts out a lot of heat. Alright, so the other thing that I want to talk about real quick is a better option for circulating air, especially if you don't have any power. So this little fan right here, it's about 15 bucks. I'll put a link in the description. It just has these, it has this little USB-C port right here to plug it in, so you can charge those batteries right there. And I like that. All right. So you can also plug this in and leave it plugged into a USB port or a battery pack or a solar generator or whatever you have, and you can run it with or without the batteries. And it's got two settings. Low. Listen to how quiet this thing is. Very quiet. I'm gonna put it on high. That's how quiet it is. It's very quiet, and it blows probably 10 times as much air than this fan that's built in here. Alright, so that's what you really want. If you have that little fan running and this heater going, that'll circulate a lot of air, and that's what you want to do, because you can make better work of this heat that's coming out of here. Alright, so right now I've had this thing sitting near the heater, so it's at 63, so it's probably not 63 yet. But let's just let this thing sit on there for 15 minutes, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, so it's been 25 minutes, alright. You know, it needed a little bit longer than that, I guess. But let me show you what I got here. I had this fan running the whole time, and it's circulating air around. You can see this nice glow that I have here. It's on high. Now I have the thermometer about 20 feet across the room at this same level. Let me bring it over. So here's the thermometer. I didn't want to get it close to the heater yet, so you're going to see it jump up because I have it close to the heater probably. So there we go. It's 69.6 degrees in here, and man, it's getting toasty. But let me just say this, that that I know for a fact, you know, from prior experience, that you can't leave this thing on high in this particular shop. But now this is a well insulated shop, I will say that, and it depends on how cold it is outside. Obviously, it got to freezing last night, and you know, it's in the 40s out there right now. You know, it was probably 39 when I first turned the camera on, something like that. So and then to turn it off, obviously you just turn it all the way off. But I want to show you something on the side of it here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description. This particular heater, like if you're RVing, for instance, this may be too large for your RV, or maybe not. But I'll put a couple different models in there in the description. The Big Buddy, and maybe one of the smaller models. All right, just so you can find it. Over here on the side is this is your tank here, and when you lift this up right here, you know, you just unscrew these bottles. I'm going to show you something. You can see that that fitting underneath there. Try to do this with 3 hands. This fitting right here, that is a quick connect. All right, and what that's for, sorry about that, guys. What that's for is there's an option. So if you have a 20-pound grill tank or something like that, they sell this line that you just connect right up to it, and then you can run it that way as well. But I'll put that in the description too. So anyway, I am a huge fan of having a backup power supply, because one of the things that we know for sure is heating will run all of your energy out. You know, if you don't have a way to heat with wood or that kind of thing, and you have your electric goes out and you want to be able to keep your house warm, this is a great option. You can actually get a couple of these and warm a whole house up very easily. This thing would probably, this is 400 square feet, like I said. I don't know, it might do double that on high. I'm not sure. Just from my experience, it's that good. All right, but having a fan, you know, and a way to circulate air is going to be, you know, one of the keys. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to put a link in the I'm going to put you know, a link in the description to a video on how to fill your propane bottles as well. So check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.